Ever since I was little, I've always wanted to heal people. And I didn't want to just heal people on the surface, I wanted to heal people inside out. So at first, I wanted to be a doctor. Then I wanted to be a dietitian when I was in high school because I really saw a lot of studies on how the root cause of many chronic diseases actually come from food itself. That's when I set on my journey to become a registered dietitian so that I can help people with food. And if you know me, I actually was born and raised in Hong Kong. And at that time, there wasn't any dietetics program in Hong Kong. So to become a dietitian, I have to go to another country. So I went to America, and sadly, when I actually got to see the healthcare system, I saw how broken it was. I saw how in the hospital, when people have chronic diseases, they're on a long list of medications. It could go from 5 medications to 8 medications, 10 medications to 12 medications. And it was really sad because there wasn't an emphasis on helping these people on how to change. Rather, it was just an emphasis of medications. And I see this in diabetes as well, where, okay, if your blood sugar is high, here's more medications. If your blood sugar is high, then, avoid fruits, avoid carbs, right? But the focus here is on the symptom of diabetes, not on the root cause. And I think that's why our system fails when it comes to type 2 diabetes. That's why there's more and more people who are diagnosed with type 2 diabetes and aren't really getting out of it because what they're taught is to focus on the symptoms of it. Now, luckily, my first job as a registered dietitian, I worked at a plant-based clinic, and it was really cool. Even though it wasn't focused on diabetes, I actually got to see how nutrition and really changing your lifestyle is able to help people reverse diseases at its root cause. And it was amazing because I remember helping a patient in the clinic, and even though we're not teaching 100% plant-based, because not everybody wants to be 100% plant-based and have to be 100% plant-based to reverse diabetes, but I remember seeing this one patient at the plant-based clinic, and we were able to help him get his A1C from 9.5 to 5.9 in just 2 months by changing his food. And it was amazing to see. I remember seeing him log his blood sugar, and the numbers were going down as the weeks go by, as he started to implement these nutrition and lifestyle changes. And that's actually when I fell in love with helping people with type 2 diabetes, because I actually got to see them change and have the hope that they can actually reverse their diagnosis, that they can actually lower their A1C back to normal when they haven't been able to do it for years or months. And a lot of people don't understand. And I think working at that plant-based clinic taught me that the key to reverse type 2 diabetes is actually to address the root cause of it, not just to lower your blood sugar, because there are other methods of lowering your blood sugar, like cutting carbs or giving you more medications. These things lower your blood sugar, but they manage the symptoms of it, because high blood sugar is just a symptom of type 2 diabetes. The root cause of type 2 diabetes is actually insulin resistance. And insulin resistance is caused by the buildup of fatty acids inside your liver and in your muscle cells. And what it does is that it causes insulin to not work as effectively. So insulin can't effectively bring in glucose from the blood into the cells. Therefore, glucose is stuck in the blood, and that is what causes the high blood sugars, the symptom of type 2 diabetes. So what we do inside my Reversing Diabetes program is that I help you reverse the root cause of it, which is insulin resistance. I help you lower the amount of fatty acids inside your cells so that your insulin can work effectively, so that it can bring in glucose from the blood into the cells, even though you are eating carbohydrates. And that's the biggest thing. I think a lot of people with type 2 diabetes feel like they can't have carbohydrates, but the truth is, when you reverse insulin resistance, you can enjoy carbohydrates again. When you're able to increase your insulin sensitivity again, you can eat your fruits, your grains, and still have great blood sugars. You can actually go to my testimonial playlist and look at all these people who were able to eat more healthy carbohydrates yet lower their A1C. For example, Ezekiel lowered his A1C from 12.8 to 4.6% in just 4 months, and Michelle lowered her A1C from 13 to 5.5 in just 3 to 4 months, and she lost 50 pounds in the process. So the key here is to address the root cause of it. Also, by the way, if you want to work with me and my team to start reversing your type 2 diabetes, just book a call with us. Link is in the description below. Click join the Reversing Diabetes program, and we're super excited to help you do so. Now, when it comes to how to address the root cause of type 2 diabetes, you want to focus on two main things. One is nutrition and one is exercise. And I know this is common sense, but when it comes to nutrition, it's a much more nuanced science compared to just eat healthy, eat your fruits and vegetables. Because especially when it comes to type 2 diabetes, everybody has different carbohydrate tolerances, right? Everybody reacts to food differently. So you do kind of have to have that engineering mindset to figure out what is good for your body right now, especially if you don't have great carbohydrate tolerance, and work on reversing insulin resistance by eating a high fiber, low saturated fat diet so that you can slowly increase your carbohydrate tolerance so that you'll be able to have fruits and vegetables and all that good stuff again. So that is generally how it goes when it comes to reversing your insulin resistance. Also, the second thing when it comes to exercise, it's not just about cardio. You definitely want to include strength training to build that muscle mass, because that's going to help you burn more glucose as well. Next time, focus on reversing the root cause of type 2 diabetes rather than just managing the symptoms of it.